Hey folks, it's time that we actually get into the boat deconstruction. So started to prepare things, just cleaning up a bit in the garage here. Actually, last weekend, my project, I didn't tape it, but the project was to rebuild the carburetor on my gas trimmer. That's completely done. Gas trimmer's working. Couldn't even get us started before. But now I need to do the investigation on the boat. So I'm going to be taking the cover off the boat. I'm going to be taking out the seats, which are not they're not designed to be taken out. I mounted them myself, so I should be able to get them out by taking out these screws from the bases that I built. Once that's out, then I'm going to remove the carpet. Maybe I think they're called the gunnels, the pieces of wood that are along the side where we put stuff in the sides of the boat. Once that's out and the carpet's out, we'll see exactly what we're dealing with. So let's get at her. Actually I thought was a pretty smart design when I built it. If you look here, what I've done is I built these brackets to put the seats on. I didn't have any way to secure them directly to the ground because the seats have to be bottom mounted. So what I did was I took this frame, mounted it to this, then screwed this into the floor, and also put a mount here. And this is what the top piece, which is a 2x6, if I'm not mistaken, or 2x8, mounts to this with 5 screws. That's what held the seats in. Now, the reason why I'm not sure anymore this was a smart design is because I screwed that in here, right on top of the carpet. And I'm wondering if that has something to do with the softness. I don't think it's the only contributor, because we definitely have old floor here. Like I said, that last half, my last video, past the back of these mounts, that seems to have been replaced. And then the other part that I was just talking about before, these side pieces here. Those pieces of wood hold everything that sits in the side. And right here, you'll see I have my oars and lights and whatnot. Dirty, to be cleaned out. So we'll get to that. Once we get these mounts out, I'm going to pull back the carpet, which I already started to do a tiny bit last year. Just to have a quick peek. See, there's a footrest that's in there. That piece of wood right there is a footrest. I'll take that out. It's not even screwed to anything. So we'll get that out. We'll get looking and see what's going on. Alright, now I want nothing more than just to get up there in here. Carpet, pull back and rip it, but if you can see these pieces of wood on the side, they're definitely on top of that carpet. And the carpet may run up the side, I'm not sure. We'll take a look. But I definitely need to get the pieces of wood off before I do that. I'm also going to try out of the back. I'll put all this in there, make sure everything's running. I wanted to check the engine. I'm going to take out the battery and the gas tanks, so it's not sitting on the carpet. Roll away. like the middle stringer is good. Well, I mean, this is really early, so let's go ahead and show you what we've got so far. The front of the boat, I'm going to zoom in and just get the lighting right. So the floor actually does go quite a bit further north towards the front of the boat than I thought. The bow is right up there. I would say within 1.5 feet of the actual bow of the boat. We're taking off the sides and all the stuff that was inside. Just as I suspected, you can see that there's a change in the color of the wood right here between the piece that was replaced in the back and the pre-existing. However, if you look in this part, there was some, I don't know if it was homework or somebody just didn't take their time, but looks like that either filled up with water, you get this arcing piece in here. I'm not sure how that happened, or if there's something underneath. There's definite delamination there. Then we move a little further forward, and this is the hole that I've started to make. And all it took was my hammer. Actually, my fingers at first. Get the hammer in there and start chipping away at it. So, center stringer right here seems to be fairly solid. I knock on that with the hammer, and it's fairly solid. This one, however, is soft. I don't want to say that the stringer itself is soft, but there's definitely delamination. See on either side, when I touch this sides there, that's delamination, and then there's the other stringer over here. It's just underneath, and it looks to be porous, quite similar to the same way that this one is. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but this one looks like, you can tell there, that there's little holes just in that area there. So I think it's going to be bigger than I wanted it to. I was hoping to just replace this section. I'll hop up on my step ladder here. I was hoping to replace from about here back to where the wood changed. The more I look at it, it should all be replaced. Right up underneath the bow, you can see that somebody's done some work laminating the floor to the existing boat. So this here on this section here is the underside of the boat, the hull. This is the floor, and that laminated piece here has all come on. That's all loose, and it's even worse on this side. I started to just put a little hole in there to get my finger in. As soon as I did that, I don't know if you can see that crack right here. So as soon as I put my finger in there, started to pull up, this came up. That whole piece going up this way, all is loose. So, now this is a bigger job than you think it's going to be, but it's the right way to do it. I'm worried that I have to replace those two stringers. It looks an awful lot like I do. Alright, we continue to work on it. So a long day working on the boat. Got quite a bit done. There's quite a few changes. We'll walk through them right now. So let's look at the shop back in there. If we look, whole floor's out. Those side pieces that were running along the sides, right up in here. There's pieces on the side, and there's a piece on that side as well. So you can put stuff sort of on that ledge. Let's see that ledge right in here. Right, so there's a piece there. Everything gone. Back of the boat. I have that piece of wood just to stand on, or depending on what I'm doing, lie on. Let's see back in here. There's the drain hole, plug out. Trying to get it as dry as possible. I'm going to get the cover on because it looks like it might rain. What was interesting was, I remember talking about the back half. Ow, that was my elbow. From about here on, we were talking about it being more solid. That's actually a piece of wood that's laying up against the garage here. So that was definitely put in afterwards. What's interesting is, the back side of this is covered in metal. So somebody's used whatever they had lying around, cut it to fit, and put it in the stern of the boat. So I'm glad I took it out. There was some work involved in doing it. What had happened was the plywood from that piece actually delaminated. So the top layer of wood delaminated from the next piece. So it wasn't the fiberglass and epoxy delaminating from the wood, it was the wood delaminating from itself. So once I got through the first layer, just pulled it up, the whole piece came up. And just to sneak a peek, we're going to go down into the bow. There we go. I left that little piece in the bow. That is only fiberglass. There's absolutely no weight up there. I'm not too concerned. However, I think one of my next concerns is the lip. So if we look here, there's quite a lip there. Most people I've seen on YouTube are taking that down with a grinder. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. How I'm going to do it. I am going to clean it up, but how, I don't know. My next thing I want to show you, just move my ladder out of the way. I was worried about these stringers. So, we definitely have some delamination. I can show you right here. You can see that piece coming off there. It goes up the center stringer. There's a little more of that. But everywhere I touch, the wood is absolutely solid. So, I believe the stringers are good. So now, all I have to do is fix the glass on them. Which is excellent. So, today was a lot of work. Buddy came out, helped me out. There was a piece of wood that went along the back side right here. Fit in there. You can see the mark from it. He took that off for me. He had plans this evening, so he's gone out. He'll be back tomorrow. So tomorrow, I'm going to put together another one. I'll get that video out probably later in the week. Hopefully I get this one out tonight. There's been a bit of time since the last one. Fun stuff. A lot of hard work, but when we get it done, it'll be much better off. Gotta take out these pieces too. This and that gotta come out. Oh, that reminds me, we're gonna go on a little adventure. My wife and I volunteer a lot. That compressor you probably heard 100 times today go off. And this is why. My wife's blowing up balloons. I think she's got a few that are pretty good. Say hello.
Hello.
Blowing balloons. How many you got so far?
What's that?
250. This will be 259. The door's wide open.
Oh my God.
We're gonna lose the cat.
Kira, of course.
That's one less cat to feed.